What's good, y'all? Rlybeats here, and today we're just going to talk about how to make your counter melodies better. We're going to keep it simple. I'm going to show you some things that I personally do to just make better counter melodies, and it comes with time, obviously, but some of these tricks will help you get there a lot faster. So again, I'd appreciate if you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It would help me, it would help you, it could help the world stop fighting wars. Who knows? There's only one way to find out, so let's get right into it. You know what? We're going to use FL keys to start. I have to make a full melody. I forgot that part. I forgot that I had to make a melody to make a counter melody. So right here, I kind of just have a simple chord progression, a little bit of rhythm going on, a little bit of something going on in the bass line. Nothing too crazy. I am going to add a top line. I guess you can kind of count that as a counter melody. So we'll go over that with the counter melody thing. So I'll just play the melody real quick for you. This is FL keys. I'm going to change the instrument later on. So again, pretty simple melody. As far as the top line, I'm just going to add something around this area. So not too far above the melody, but a little bit distant. So probably around here. I think I'll start with the 6 because this is the 4, so that'll work pretty nicely. And a cool little trick you can do is just hum something out. I've hummed so many melodies out. At this point, it just kind of goes into my head and I can just kind of feel it out a bit, so I don't have to hum things out anymore. But if you're struggling to make a counter melody, a top line, play your chords, play the chord progression you made with some rhythm to it, hum something out, and then put it into your DAW. So I'll just quickly put this in. Kept it repetitive rhythm-wise, and also repeating this section here, because something to keep in mind when you're making counter melodies, top lines, just melodies in general, is that repetition is something that makes it catchy. So if there's repetition, you don't need to repeat it 8 times, you don't need to repeat it 20 times. 2 times is enough, 3 times is good, 4 times you're pushing it, but you can do that too. There's a lot of popular songs that repeat the same thing 4 times. You don't need to do it too many times, but repeating something a little bit will add some kind of repetition that makes something a little bit more catchy. Typically with counter melodies, you're going to want to find the open space and fill up that pocket, but there isn't much open space. A lot of the notes are playing on certain parts, but I do still have these half note sections that I could use, and then I could accentuate certain sections. So when you're making a counter melody, you do want to typically find space and work with that, but there's not always going to be space. So what you can do is you can find certain spots and just accentuate them. So for example, these are very accented notes. So the first note at the end of each bar is pretty accentuated, and I think I'm going to kind of use the space around there to accentuate it a bit more in the counter melody. So these notes are playing in space where not much is going on. So for example, there's only this note being played at the same time as this one. And other than that, I don't think any other notes are playing at the same time as these notes. So they have space rhythmically to make some impact. And as well, these notes here are highlighting these notes, or accentuating them a bit more with higher frequencies. So I might just copy it over and change some stuff because I do like the rhythm to it. I don't want to get too complex here, to be honest with you. So this will be my counter melody and this will be my top line. So technically I have 2 different melodies aside from the chords, which there's some melody going on here with the rhythm and other notes being played. Like this is a little bit of a filler section mainly. So this is kind of how this turned out so far. I'm going to change the instruments and show you how it sounds a bit. this is going to wrap up the video pretty much. So if you could leave a like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be great. I'd really appreciate that. So here's the full thing.